Going to be doing today is creating 5 really fun and easy Christmas tags. I love making my own Christmas tags to wrap presents with, and we're going to use an assortment of all of the stamps that you see here. So we've got Jessica Lynn Original, we've got some Lawn Fawn. I'm going to be using a scrapbook.com die cut to cut out these tags, and I'm going to show you what I ran into with them. They're very thin, but I ran into a little bit of issues, so I ended up having to improvise, so we'll get going on that. So if you are first joining us for the very first time, welcome. If you've been with us before, we're glad to have you back. Be sure to subscribe. And are you going to be making Christmas card tags this year? Go ahead and comment below, and let's go ahead and get started. I ran into some trouble with the die cuts, so after I cut one out, I decided, you know what, it's just as easy for me to use it as a template and hand cut them out. There's not a lot of fussy cutting that needs to be done, so I went ahead and just lined them up, and I'm just going to cut them all out. Then what I'm going to do is, once I'm done with that, I'm actually going to measure out about 1/4 of an inch, maybe even 1/16 of an inch. We'll see how it goes as we get closer. And just cut it in so that I can mount the smaller die cuts, or tags, onto these larger bases that I'm cutting out right now. Well, and to be very honest, everything works out for a reason. I've had a lot of people say, I absolutely love your Brother Scan and Cut, but I don't have one of those. So how can I do what you're doing? So I guess by cutting them out by hand, there you go. So if you don't have a Brother Scan and Cut, you can always make these by hand. You don't have to use the die cuts or Brother Scan and Cut. Next thing I'm going to do is I found this really cute stamp that I have had forever from Lawn Fawn. And it is, let me see if I can find the name of it for you. I cannot. Oh, tiny tag sayings. So tiny tag sayings. Say that 10 times really fast. And what I love about it is it's perfect for making your own little tags. So I'm going to be using the to and from, and then what I'm going to use is a sorted number of stamps from my collection. You can see on this one, I'm just going to stamp this adorable little Brentwood owl dressed like a reindeer down on the corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the sentiment. Now, when you're making multiple cards or multiple tags, what I would probably encourage you to do is to go through and sort of stack them. So cut out, if you're going to make 20 tags, cut all 20 right away. If you're going to stamp them all with the same to and from, stamp them all right away. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of energy and stress of having to come back and clean the things off and everything like that. So go through and set up an assembly line. The other thing I really like to do is use some of the small stamps in different stamp sets and try to make a pattern out of it. So you can see, for example, in this one, I used one of the snowflakes from our Brentwood Owl reindeer set, stamped them all over, and you can see it came with a really nice pattern, and I was still able to leave enough room to write who the present is going to and who it's from. The other thing I really like is that if you don't necessarily have something, you can see I just hand drew that with a black ink pen, and I wrote handmade in, and then I have the state of Wisconsin with a little heart. So this could be a lot of fun if you were going to go to a craft show. Maybe print off a bunch of tags with your state on there and put a little heart where your location is. Like, I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so I went ahead and did that. And then put a nice little handmade by. Now, if you were like, yeah, Jess, I don't draw, toss me an email. We do make custom rubber stamps, so I could design that and draw it for you so that it'd be ready to go, and all you'd have to do is stamp it on, if you were interested in something like that. We do make custom stamps, and it could either be a clear stamp, the photopolymer, or I could do it as the red rubber stamp, so you can make a bunch of them. And what you can see is I just went ahead, colored it in, and I glued it onto the back, or the paper stock, so you can see it's got the little red pattern. And then I just used a hole punch, and I put a hole punch in it. From here, I'm going to go ahead and color all of these in, and I'm going to be using both Copic markers and glitter pens, just to give them a little bit more spark. I am absolutely in love with how the snowflake one worked. And at first I wasn't sure if it was going to look green mounted on the, or good on the green mounted paper, but I actually think it looks really good. I'm very, very happy with it. I think it's kind of fun that they all have the same background, except for obviously the Made in Wisconsin one. But look at all that pretty little glitter. And what I love is that in our family, a lot of times, so that we remember who gave us different presents, we'll take the tag off if we can, and we'll actually stick it on the present. And I try to do that so that when my kids get home after the craziness, they can kind of go, oh, that came from Grandma, or that came from Aunt Tracy, or whoever. So I really like that. I think it's a fun way to remember that. So hopefully, you know, with the fact that I made these by hand, hopefully they'll do the same thing as well. But look at how pretty that looks all glittered up. All right, so let's go ahead and punch that hole. Look at how cute that looks. Those look so good. I'm loving it. Now again, these are not very elaborate cards or very elaborate tags. I have seen extremely elaborate tags. These are really for someone who's just kind of at that level 1 starter tag. but yet you want to do something more than just the little printed sticker that you can buy at the store. Now, I used kind of an off-white paper, and so what I did is I have an Omniball white. It pretty much feels like you're coloring with white out. And I use that to color in these snowballs. And these snowballs are part of the Jessica Lynn Original Brentwood Owl, the reindeer set. You actually can choose to put on the different faces if you'd like. So look how cute they are. They're like, yay, Christmas. These are just starting to look so good. And then just imagine if I took some ribbon off on the right hand side on any of those ones that are done, and I could actually run some beautiful ribbon. Maybe, you know how you take that where you kind of curl the ribbon? That would be so pretty. Or you could use some fabric ribbon. This one that I'm coloring right now, this is part of our Brentwood. It's a Christmas reindeer set. And what I love is that you don't have to have the whole stamp in there either. So you can see I just sort of cut it off, put them at a little bit of an angle, and really just sparked them up. Now I'm going to go between these two. This penguin was a set that I actually bought and had them shipped from Australia. I absolutely love them. I think they're so cute. It's a really cute little set, and I can never remember the name of the company. I will link it down below. But what I love is to take their penguins and color them in weird colors. So I've made birthday cards where the penguins are all rainbow colors, or, you know, so I thought this would be fun if he's kind of icy, just like the snowflakes. And I am coloring him in with a glitter pen. So when I hold him up to the light, you'll be able to see just how sparkly he is. What I really love about each tag is they kind of become their own tiny piece of art. And with the reindeer, I decided to put some little fawn spots on him, so that's why there's little white spots on him. I think Brentwood looks so cute dressed up like a little reindeer. And it's hard to see from this camera angle, but that brown that I used for the reindeer is actually a glitter pen, so he's very, very sparkly. I apologize about my camera there. And just for fun, with the color of the green in the background, I found a glitter pen that has almost the same green, so I decided to make his eyes a green color just to see if that would pop. And I actually think they're gonna look pretty darn great. So let me go ahead and just finish coloring these in, and then we will review them at the end. I'll be really honest, I think with some brown paper packaging, I think, and maybe some ribbon around it, like some of that red and brown gingham kind of fabric, these could look just absolutely amazing. I love when people make things for Christmas. I love handmade projects and hand-painted signs and handmade tags. I just think it means so much to get a handmade gift. Well, thank you again for watching. Be sure to visit our website, jessicalynoriginal.com, to see all of our current stamp designs. And then don't forget to subscribe. We would love to have you return. And I added 2 more videos for you to watch. So take care, everybody, and happy holidays.